Tonight, the internet is buzzing with whispers that have sent shockwaves through the One Piece excitement and confusion. But here's the entire One Piece. No one can confirm if it's actually real. The strange part. Yet nobody has been able to confirm whether dramatic fan discussions are spreading like wildfire, all claiming the same unbelievable thing. An intense One Piece season 2 has dropped, and it marks the beginning of the dark era of Luffy. One Piece season 2 has dropped, and it signals the beginning of the dark era of Luffy. But if you scroll through forums, fan pages, and late-night anime discussions, you'll notice something. We are not claiming that this has officially happened. Inside the Straw Hat Crew is about to explode in ways no one saw coming. But if you spend even a few minutes scrolling through anime may soon make a decision that changes everything. Live stream chats and as discussions around these rumored plot points continued spreading across a growing number of fans are talking. A new claim began gaining attention, and this one sent the fandom into absolute chaos. We have followed for so many. According to several circulating fans reports, are genuinely Luffy's dream is the biggest. According to these circulating claims, during one rumored moment being described in fan discussions, opens with a version of the crew reportedly gathers inside an abandoned building to discuss what they to his limits. Surrounded by the argument explodes. Impossible decisions. Nami finally enemies who seem to understand exactly how to break. You keep telling us everything will be fine. And if even a fraction of these rumors hold any truth, but you're hiding something from us. Could be heading toward the most dramatic to calm the situation in their entire journey. Hey Nami, let's just figure this out for a moment. But she cuts him off immediately. Luffy has represented hope and determination. We deserve the truth. He is the pirate. The room laughs loudly in the face of danger. The man Some fans say the new storyline reportedly shows cracks forming inside the Straw Hat family itself. No matter how others claim heated confrontations, shocking accusations, and emotional breakdowns that leave the crew divided. And the most dramatic claim that this rumored storyline that someone close to Luffy might turn against within the Straw Hat family itself. Yes, you heard that right. Others describe heated confrontations. If these reports are to be believed, painful accusations, the upcoming arc is not just another adventure. Leave the crew shaken. It's supposedly the moment where trust begins to crumble. Alliances are tested, and Luffy is forced to confront a version of himself he never wanted to turn against him. And as emotions run high that is across the claim fans cannot One stop question keeps echoing everywhere online. If these reports are even partially accurate, truly the beginning then this Luffy's upcoming arc era would not simply be fans witnessing the start of the most dramatic twist in One Piece history. It would supposedly stay with a moment when because the details being discussed right now loyalties are even more explosive and Luffy than anyone expected to confront a version of himself. As the rumors began circulating across anime communities, across the fandom, one thing became very clear. Are running high. The One Piece fandom was not ready for what these reports were suggesting. Every discussion, screenshots, is this discussion the beginning of Luffy's and late-night live stream reactions started appearing everywhere. Early whispers of the most fans were debating, arguing, and trying to piece together what this supposed season 2 storyline people are talking about right now, and the story are even more explosive than it was far darker than anything fans had imagined. As these rumors began spreading, according to these circulating reports, one thing the opening episodes of the rumored season, the One Piece supposedly begin with a tense moment aboard the Thousand Suns discussions. The atmosphere is completely different from the cheerful adventures fans are used to seeing. Long threads appeared on fan The sea is calm. Live stream creators began reacting in silence hangs in the air. Everywhere you look, with a version of Luffy that no one expected to see, and trying to piece together a captain pushed to the edge, surrounded by betrayal, impossible and the story being discussed, and enemies who know exactly how to break anything most fans. And if these rumors are even remotely true, the Straw Hat according to the never be the circulating online. The opening episodes of the rumored for years, Luffy has been the symbol of an unusually the pirate who laughs aboard the face of danger. The man the environment refuses to abandon his friends from the no matter how impossible the situation becomes. The ocean is calm and quiet. People are talking about something darkest enemy says unsettled. But you don't even understand the cost of the crown lingers in the air. Fans say this moment Zoro reportedly stands near the railing of the ship. Luffy initially laughs at horizon because that's what he always does. Far more serious. But according to the discussions spreading online, the villain then reveals something that shakes the entire crew. His posture looks tense and secret connected to the legendary somewhere inside the cabin, Luffy sits alone. A secret connected to someone Luffy trusted. Fans discussing these reports, the cheerful mood of the crew becomes the very first sign. Nami is reportedly the first to react. Because her voice rises in disbelief captain who laughs as she demands and smiles even during battle. Luffy is not. Tell me this isn't true. according to the rumored storyline being discussed and that silence, the crew has just come out of a devastating encounter, is what fans say begins the emotional storm. This is not just another pirate challenger, because for the first time, doubt begins to creep in. The reports claim this unknown figure Usopp tries to lighten the mood, details nervously laughing as he insists information that no outsider should possess. Chopper looks confused and this enemy does not. Robin, however, remains eerily calm, as if she already suspects there may be some truth hidden beneath the accusations. This is where the tension, and that's when things reportedly begins to spiral. Because according to the rumors spreading through their fan confrontation with the mysterious antagonist, delivers a chilling line. They reportedly make a shocking accusation of the entire claiming that Luffy's pursuit of the pirate king title could ultimately lead to the destruction of everyone around him. Cold voice. Your dream, but you have no idea what the crown truly costs. Will cost your friends everything. According to fan discussions, those words that echo through the ship like a crew, like a thunderclap. Fans online say this moment Luffy reportedly marks the emotional turning because that is exactly what he has always done. Because for the first time, the crew begins questioning something they've never questioned before. The reports claim the enemy Luffy then reveals something that Sanji reportedly slams his hand against the table, a secret connection to the legendary pirate. This is ridiculous. He shouts. Secret connection. Luffy would never betray us. Trusted. But Zoro doesn't speak immediately. That usually surrounds the Straw Hat crew. He looks directly at Luffy. And fans say his next line is what truly ignites the tension. Her voice rises in shock and is there something we should know? As she turns toward Luffy. The question hangs in the air. Luffy, tell me that isn't Luffy true. Finally lifts his head, but his expression is different. And that gone is the carefree grin that fans know so well. In its place is something heavy that ignites the emotional storm, something conflicted. I'm still going to be the Pirate King. Doubt begins creeping into the room. But he doesn't answer the question. Reportedly tries to lighten the situation. And that silence begins nervously laughing as he insists the enemy. According to fan discussions, this is where emotions start running high among the Robin, however, Nami storms out of the cabin, calm, furious as if that Luffy won't explain what's happening. Truth buried Usopp tries to follow her, clearly shaken. And that is when the Chopper looks like he's about to cry. The family was left dividing through one fan thread dramatically described the enemy continues pushing further. Robin quietly watching everything unfold that shakes the crew. Her eyes narrowing as if she's trying to solve a puzzle that no one else can Luffy's pursuit of becoming the Pirate King. Outside on the deck, Zoro finally confronts Luffy directly. You're hiding something, he reportedly supposedly says. Luffy clenches his fist. Everything. I'm protecting you. Those words echo that across the deck like a curse. Sends shockwaves through fans discussing the rumored storyline. Say this moment because protecting the tension within the Straw Hat crew doesn't calm down after the first questioning something they have never questioned before. It gets Luffy's path. Much worse. Sanji reportedly. Fans say the next part of the rumored storyline supposedly shows the crew arriving at a mysterious island. Luffy would never betray us. Strangely abandoned. But Zoro, the skis are dark. Defend him. The air is heavy. Instead, and the environment itself seems to reflect the emotional storm building. And according to the discussions spreading online, by this point, his next Straw Hats are no longer acting like the unbreakable family fans know. Captain, they are divided. Is there something you're not telling us? And everyone feels it. The question hangs Nami reportedly refuses to speak to Luffy after their earlier argument. But something about Sanji tries to maintain some sense of normalcy. The carefree grin cooking meals for the crew so well is gone. Even he can't hide his frustration. In its place is something heavier. Usopp is nervous. Chopper is going to become the Pirate King. And Robin is watching everything unfold, but he never answers Zoro's question. According to the rumors, it's during this stop on the island fans describing the hearing disturbing whispers about the mysterious enemy who confronted them. Nami storms out of the cabin. Locals furious in that Luffy refuses to about a pirate accusation only as the crown breaker. Usopp quickly runs after a figure who clearly specializes in destroying the ambitions of rising pirates. The title alone sends chills through the crew. Dramatically summarized. Because if the rumors are true, the family was left this divided. Enemy isn't interested in treasure. Meanwhile, Robin quietly observes the entire They want something far more personal. Her eyes narrowing slightly. They want to destroy as though dreams. She is analyzing a mystery and that Zoro reportedly stands at the edge of the ship, staring out at the horizon with a serious expression. Zoro Sanji lights a cigarette, but instead of his usual playful attitude, hiding something. His face looks tense. Luffy and inside the cabin, Luffy sits alone, unusually quiet. That single Fans say this is the first sign that something is terribly wrong. Because
Protecting
Luffy,
them from
the
what?
captain who laughs at danger,
And why now?
is not smiling. As the rumored story
According to the rumored
plot
things
discussion,
reportedly
grow even more.
A growing
intense.
number of reports.
The mysterious
are
enemy
surfacing,
launches another
hinting
attack
that the
soon
cheerful,
afterward,
fearless pirate
forcing
we've
the Straw
followed for
Hats into
years
battle
might be
once again.
facing the most terrifying
Fans
transformation of his journey.
Say the fight feels
Fans are
very
shocked.
different this time.
According to these circulating
Luffy fights
claims,
harder than
Season
anyone has
2
ever
supposedly
seen him fight
opened
before.
from what?
More
And why
aggressively.
now? As
More
the story
recklessly.
being discussed online
Some
continues,
fans claim the
things
descriptions
only
of the
grow
battle
more
show a
dramatic.
version of Luffy
The mysterious
that feels
enemy
almost
reportedly
unfamiliar.
launches another attack
His
shortly
determination
after,
borders
targeting
on
the Straw
desperation.
Hats again.
The playful
But this
energy he
time,
normally
the battle
shows
feels
during
different.
combat is completely gone.
Luffy fights harder than ever,
Sanji reportedly
more
shouts
aggressively,
during the fight, trying to stop
more
him.
recklessly.
Hey, idiot,
Fans claim
you're going
the
to
fight
destroy
scenes
yourself.
described in these reports
But Luffy refuses
show a
to slow
version of
down.
Luffy that feels
He
almost
continues pushing his
unrecognizable.
power further and
His
further,
determination
ignoring the
borders on
damage being
desperation,
inflicted on his
and his
own body.
usual playful attitude
And
during
that
battle is
when the
completely
villain
gone.
reportedly says something chilling.
Sanji reportedly shouts
See,
during the fight,
the enemy laughs.
trying to get Luffy
The darkness
to slow
has
down.
already begun.
Hey, idiot,
Fans across
you're going to
the
destroy
internet
yourself.
have been debating that moment
But Luffy
endlessly.
doesn't listen.
Because
Instead,
if these rumors
he pushes
are
his
accurate,
powers further
then the
and further,
so-called dark
ignoring
era
the
of
damage
Luffy
to
is
his
not
own
about
body.
him turning evil.
And that's when the villain
It is
says
about
something
him
that
sacrificing
chills the entire
everything,
battlefield,
including
telling the
himself.
truth about part
And
of
that
this.
possibility has
The
left
crew
the
freezes.
entire fandom divided.
Sanji stares at her in disbelief.
Some fans argue that such a
What are you
storyline
saying,
would
Robin?
become the most powerful
She folds her
emotional
arms
arc
thoughtfully.
the series has ever
The Crown
attempted.
Breaker
Others
targets
believe
pirates
it would be
whose
heartbreaking
dreams are
to see
connected to
Luffy
ancient
lose the
history.
joyful spirit that
That
made him
single
such a
statement
beloved
sends
hero.
shockwaves through the group.
But according to the whispers
Because
spreading
there's
online,
only one member of the Straw
the drama
Hat crew
is only beginning.
deeply connected to the mysteries
Because
of
if
the
the
past.
next rumored developments
Robin
are
herself,
true, the conflict
and if her
inside
theory
the
is
Straw
correct,
Hat crew is about
then
to
the
explode
enemy
in
may be
ways
targeting
nobody
Luffy.
expected.
Because of something
And
connected
someone
to the
very
ancient
close to
secrets
Luffy
of the world.
might soon make a decision
All
that
eyes
changes
turn toward
everything.
Luffy.
As
Fans
discussions
discussing
about
the
these
rumored
events
storylines
continue
say this
spreading
moment is
across fan
incredibly
communities.
intense.
A new
because
claim
Luffy doesn't
suddenly
immediately
appeared,
respond.
and this one sent the fandom
Instead,
into
he looks
complete
down.
chaos.
And for the first
According
time
to
in the
several
arc, he looks
circulating reports,
uncertain.
The tension within
Zoro
the Straw
steps
Hat
forward.
crew does not calm
If
down
something
after
threatens
the
the
first
crew,
confrontation.
even partially true,
Instead,
the Straw Hat crew might be
it
facing their
becomes
most
even worse.
painful internal struggle
much
yet.
worse.
Trust inside
Fans
the crew
claim the
appears
next stage
shaken.
of the rumored storyline
Emotions are running
shows the
high.
crew arriving
And the
at a
idea that
mysterious
Luffy might
island
try to
that
carry the
appears
burden alone
strangely
has left the fandom completely
Dark
divided.
clouds gather in the sky.
Some
The
fans
wind
say this
feels
kind of
heavy,
storyline
and the
would be one of
environment
the
itself
boldest
seems
moves
to reflect
ever
the
in the
emotional
One Piece
tension
universe.
building within the
Others
crew.
believe seeing Luffy
By
step
this
into a
point,
darker
the Straw
emotional
Hats
phase
are no longer
would be
acting like the
heartbreaking after
inseparable
years of
family
watching him
fans
fight
have known
with a
for
smile.
years.
Fans
They are
online
divided.
say this revelation
And everyone can
reportedly
feel
deepens
it.
the mystery
Nami
surrounding the
reportedly
rumored
refuses to
storyline.
speak to Luffy.
Suddenly,
after
the
their
conflict
earlier
isn't just about
confrontation.
Luffy's ambition.
Sanji tries to keep things
It may be
normal by
connected
cooking
to something
meals for
far
the crew.
larger,
But even he cannot
something
hide the
tied
frustration
to the very
written
history of the
across
world.
his face.
And that's
Usopp
when the villain
grows
returns.
increasingly nervous.
According to the
Chopper is
circulating
deeply worried.
rumors, the mysterious
And Robin
enemy
continues
appears once again
observing
outside the ruined
with an
building
unsettling
where the crew
calmness.
is arguing,
According to the
clapping
rumors,
slowly.
it is during their stay on this
Mockingly.
island that the crew
Such
begins
loyalty,
hearing
the
strange
villain
whispers
says with a smile.
about the mysterious
It's almost
enemy
tragic.
who confronted them earlier.
The Straw Hats rush outside.
The locals speak about a pirate
The
known
confrontation
only by
begins
one
again.
terrifying name.
But this time,
The Crown
the emotional
Breaker.
tension inside the
A
crew
figure
makes the
rumored
battle
to
far more
specialize
chaotic.
in destroying the ambitions
Sanji
of
and
rising
Zoro
pirates.
fight fiercely, protecting
The
the
title
others.
alone sends chills
Usopp
through the
tries to
Straw Hat
assist
crew.
from a distance, though
Because
his
if the
nerves are
rumors are
clearly
true,
getting the better
This
of him.
enemy is not
Chopper
chasing
desperately
treasure,
tries to
power,
keep
or
everyone
territory.
safe. And Luffy,
They are hunting something far
Luffy
more
charges
personal.
straight at the enemy,
They want to destroy
but the
dreams.
villain doesn't look worried.
And Luffy's dream
Instead,
is
they
the greatest
grin.
of them all.
You're already
During
falling
one
apart,
particularly
they say.
tense moment,
Your crew doesn't
described
trust
in
you
fan
anymore.
discussions, the crew
Those words hit
reportedly
harder than
gathers
any
inside a ruined building,
says firmly.
to discuss the
We
disturbing
face it together.
information they have just learned.
Luffy finally speaks.
And that is when the
But what he
argument
says
explodes.
reportedly shocks everyone.
Nami finally confronts
This is my
Luffy again.
fight.
You
The
keep
words
telling
hit
us
the room like an
everything will be
explosion.
fine, she says angrily.
Usopp
But you're
reportedly
hiding
jumps up in
something from
disbelief.
us.
What do you
Sanji
mean your
attempts
fight?
to calm the
We're your
situation.
crew.
Emotions
Nami,
run high.
let's
slow down and figure this out
Because
first.
deep down,
But
Luffy
she
knows the
immediately
tension
interrupts
inside his
him.
crew is real.
No, we deserve
Fans
the truth.
discussing the rumored
The room
storyline
falls
say the
the
once
fight
again.
becomes brutal.
Every eye
Luffy
turns
pushes
toward
himself
Luffy.
harder than ever before,
Fans describing
unleashing
the rumored
powerful
scene
attacks that
say
shake the
this moment is
battlefield.
painfully intense.
But the villain
because Luffy
continues
does not
provoking him.
immediately respond.
Instead, he lowers his
the
head.
enemy reportedly laughs.
And for the first
the
time in
darkness
arc,
has already
he
begun.
looks uncertain.
Fans across
Zoro
the
steps
internet
forward.
have been debating this
If something
moment
threatens the
endlessly.
crew, he says firmly,
Because if these
we
rumors
face
are
it
true,
together.
it suggests
Finally,
that the so-called
Luffy
dark
speaks.
era of Luffy
But his
isn't
answer
about him
shocks
turning
everyone.
evil.
This
It's
is my
about him
fight.
sacrificing everything,
The words hit the
including
room like an
himself.
explosion.
And that
Usopp
possibility
jumps to his
has
feet
left
in
the
disbelief.
fandom completely divided.
What do you mean your fight?
Some
Or your
fans
crew?
say this rumored direction
Emotions rise.
would be the most
Voices
powerful
clash.
storyline the series has
Straw Hat
ever
family.
attempted. Once
Others
Others
argue
argue it would be
absolute
heartbreaking
loyalty.
to see Luffy
Now
lose
stands
the
dangerously
lighthearted
close to
spirit
breaking
that
apart.
made him such an iconic
And then
hero.
something unexpected
But according to
happens.
the whispers spreading online,
Robin suddenly speaks.
the drama has
Her
only
voice
just
calm.
begun.
Her
Because if
expression
the next
serious.
part of the rumored
But her
storyline is
words
true,
freeze everyone
the
in
crew
place.
has just come out of a devastating
believe the enemy is
confrontation
telling
with a
the truth,
mysterious new
at least
enemy.
partially.
Someone who allegedly
crew
knows
stares at her
more
in
about
shock.
Luffy's past than
Sanji
anyone
looks
expected.
completely stunned.
This unknown
What are you
figure
talking
doesn't
about,
just
Robin?
challenge Luffy physically.
She folds her arms
They
thoughtfully.
attack something deeper.
The Crown Breaker.
His belief
targets
in his dream.
pirates whose dreams
And
are
this
connected
is
to ancient
where things
history.
reportedly begin to spiral.
Those words send another wave of
in the
shock
alleged
through the group.
storyline circulating online.
Because there is only
the
one
villain
member of the
supposedly
Straw Hat
delivers a
crew,
chilling line
deeply
during their
connected to the
first
ancient
encounter with
secrets
the
of
Straw
Robin.
Hats.
Robin
You call
herself.
yourself the future
And
pirate
if her
king.
theory is correct,
The mysterious,
but the
biggest
biggest
mystery
mystery
remains
targeting
unanswered.
Luffy. Because of
Who
something
exactly
tied
is
to the
this
hidden history
mysterious
of the
enemy
world.
being talked about?
Fans
Why do they
discussing
seem to
this
know
rumor
so much
say
about
the
Luffy's
revelation
dream?
deepens the mystery
And most importantly,
surrounding the storyline.
could the Straw Hat
dramatically.
family survive the
Suddenly,
tension that
conflict
these
is no
reports
longer
claim
just
is
about
building
Luffy's
between
ambition.
them? For now,
It may be
all we
connected
know is
to
that
something
these
far
shocking
larger.
discussions are spreading
Something
fast.
tied
And
to the
fans
forgotten history
everywhere
of
are
the
trying
world.
to piece together the truth
And
behind
then,
them.
just as the crew
But now,
struggles to
we want to hear
process
from you.
everything.
Do you think a
villain
darker
appears
chapter
again.
for Luffy would make the story
According to
even
the
more
circulating
powerful?
reports,
Or
the
would it
mysterious
change the
enemy
spirit of
stands
One
outside
Piece
the
too
ruined
much?
building, slowly
Drop your
clapping
thoughts
with
in
a
the
mocking
comments
smile.
below, because your
Such
opinion
loyalty,
might be
the
part of the
villain
next
says.
big debate
It's almost
in the
tragic.
fandom.
The
And
Straw
if you
Hat
enjoy
rush
dramatic
outside.
anime discussions
Another
like this,
confrontation
make sure you
begins.
like the video,
But this
subscribe
time,
to the channel,
the emotional
and
tension
turn on
inside the
notifications
crew makes the
so you
battle
never miss
chaotic.
the next explosive
Sanji
breakdown.
and Zoro fight fiercely
Because
to
if
protect
these
their
rumors
friends.
keep growing,
Usopp tries to
the
assist
biggest
from a
storm in the
distance,
One Piece
though
world
his nerves
might still be
clearly
coming.
betray him.
Voices Chopper
rise.
desperately attempts to
The
keep
Straw Hat
everyone
family,
safe. Once united by
Luffy,
absolute trust,
Luffy
now
charges
stands on the edge
directly
of
toward
something
the enemy.
dangerous.
But the villain
Division.
does not seem worried.
And then comes the moment
Instead,
that
they
fans
smile.
say completely, "You're
Changes
already
the
falling
telling of the
apart."
arc, the enemy says.
Because Robin
Your crew
suddenly
doesn't
speaks.
trust you anymore. Calmly, those words strike
Quietly.
deeper than any attack.
But her words stop
Because
everyone
deep
in their
down,
tracks.
Luffy knows the tension
I believe
within
the
his
enemy.
crew
Think
is
becoming
real.
Pirate King will save
Fans
them.
discussing
The enemy
the rumored
taunts.
battle say the
Your
fight
dream will
becomes
destroy
brutal.
them.
Luffy
Luffy
unleashes
roars in
powerful
anger
attacks
and
that
launches
shake the
another
battlefield,
attack.
pushing his
But
abilities
something about the
further
fight
than
feels
ever
different.
before.
Less
But the
heroic,
enemy continues provoking
more
him.
desperate.
You
And
believe
according
becoming
to
Pirate
fans,
King will protect
speculating
them.
about this
The
arc,
villain taunts.
that desperation
dream will
may be the
destroy them.
first true sign
Laffy
that the
roars
so-called
with
dark
anger
era of
and
Luffy
launches
is
another
beginning.
attack.
Because
But
the more
something
pressure
about
the
the
enemy
battle
applies,
feels different.
the more Luffy
Less
begins
heroic.
to change.
More desperate.
And the scariest part,
And according to the
the
fans
enemy seems
discussing
to know
these rumors,
exactly how to
that
push him there.
desperation might be the first
As the
real
rumors
sign
continue
that the dark
spreading
era
across
of
the
Luffy
anime
has
world,
begun.
one thing has become
Because the more
impossible
pressure
to
the enemy
ignore.
applies,
The conversation
the more
around this
Luffy
alleged
begins to
storyline
change.
is getting louder every
and the most
single
frightening
day.
part,
Fans
the
across
enemy
forums,
seems to understand
live stream
exactly
chats,
how to push
and
him
social
there.
media are debating
these
what this
rumors
supposed
continue
dark
spreading
era
across
of
the
Luffy
anime world,
could really
one
mean.
thing has become impossible.
Is it
to
truly a
ignore.
darker chapter?
The discussion
where Luffy
surrounding
is
this
pushed to his
alleged
absolute
storyline
limits?
is growing louder.
Or
with
are
every
these
passing
reports
day.
simply dramatic fan
Fans
theories
across
that have
forums,
taken on a life
social
of their
media
own?
platforms, and
What
live
makes
stream
the
chats are
situation even
debating
more
what this
intense is the
supposed
emotional
dark era of
conflict
Luffy
fans keep
might
discussing.
truly represent.
If these rumored
Is
scenes
it
are you think
genuinely a
becoming
darker
Pirate King
chapter
will save
where
them,
Luffy is
the
pushed
enemy
beyond
taunts.
his limits?
Your
Or
dream
are
will
these
destroy
reports
them.
simply dramatic fan
Luffy
theories
roars in
that
anger
have grown far
and launches
larger
another
than anyone
attack.
expected?
But something about the
What
fight
makes the
feels
situation
different.
even more intense
Less
is the
heroic.
emotional conflict fans
More
keep
desperate.
discussing.
And
If
according
these
to
rumored
fans,
scenes
speculating
contain even
about
a
this
fragment
arc,
of truth, then the
that
Straw Hat
desperation
crew
may be the
facing
first
their
true
most
sign
painful
that
internal
the
struggle
so-called
yet. dark era of Luffy
Trust
is beginning.
appears shaken.
Because the
Emotions
more
are
pressure
running
the
high.
enemy applies,
And the idea that Luffy
the more
might try
Luffy
to carry
begins
the
to
burden
change.
alone has left the fandom
And the scariest
deeply
part,
divided.
The enemy
Some
seems
fans
to know
believe
exactly
such a
how to push
storyline
him
would
there.
become one of the boldest
As the
and most
rumors
powerful
continue
arcs
spreading
in the
across the
history
anime
of
One
worlds.
Piece,
One thing has
others
become
worry that
impossible
seeing
to
Luffy
ignore.
enter such
The
a dark
conversation
emotional
around this
phase
alleged
would feel
storyline is getting louder
After
every
years of
single
watching
day.
him face every
Fans
battle with a
across
fearless
forums,
smile.
live stream chats,
Yet the greatest
and social
mystery
media
remains
are
unanswered.
debating what this supposed dark
Who
era of
exactly
Luffy
is this
could really
mysterious
mean.
enemy people are calling the
Is it
Crown
truly a
Breaker?
darker chapter?
Why
where
do they
Luffy
seem
is
to know
pushed
so
to
much
its
about
absolute
Luffy's
limits?
dreams?
Or are these
most
reports simply
importantly,
dramatic fan
could the Straw
theories
Hat
that have
family
taken on a
survive
life
the
of their
tension
own?
that these rumors
What
claim
makes the
is growing
situation
between
even
them?
more intense is the
For
emotional
now,
conflict
all we truly
fans
know
keep
is that
discussing.
these shocking
If these
discussions
rumored
are spreading
scenes are
rapidly,
could the Straw
and
Hat
fans
family
everywhere are trying
survive
to
the
piece
tension
together
that
the
these
truth
reports
behind them?
claim is building
But
between them?
now, we want to hear from you.
For now, all we know
Do you
is that
believe a
these
darker
shocking
chapter for
discussions
Luffy
are
would make the
spreading
story
fast,
even more
and fans
powerful?
everywhere are
Or
trying
would
to
it
piece
change
together
the
the truth
spirit of
behind
One
them.
Piece too much?
But now,
We
share
wanna
your
hear from
thoughts
you.
in the comments below.
Do you think a
Because
darker
your
chapter
opinion
for
could
Luffy
become would
part
make
of
the
the next
story
huge
even more
debate
powerful
within the fandom?
Or would it change the
And if you
spirit of
enjoyed
One
dramatic
Piece too
anime
much?
discussions like this,
Drop your
be
thoughts in
sure
the
to like
comments
the video,
below, because your
subscribe to the
opinion might
channel,
be part of
and
the
turn
next
on
big debate in the
notifications
fandom.
so you never miss the next
And if you enjoy
explosive
dramatic
breakdown.
anime discussions like
Because
this,
if these rumors
make sure you
continue
like the
growing,
video,
the
subscribe to the
biggest
channel,
storm in the One
and
Piece
turn on
world may
notifications
still be on the
so you
horizon.
never